Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Kate with Beautiful Light Home, and today we've been talking about Waldorf birthdays. So I have another video that you can go check out, which is all about the traditions that we do that are Waldorf inspired for my kiddos for their birthdays. But a part of it that I wanted to share with you in a separate video is the Rainbow Bridge story that we tell. So we do this on the morning of my child's birthday, typically either as they're eating their breakfast or right as they're finishing it up. We're all sitting down together at the table, and I have their birthday ring out. So this is half of the birthday ring, but there's spaces for candles in here, and I have as many candles as their age in the birthday ring. And then I tell them the Rainbow Bridge story. So it's a really beautiful kind of spiritual story. It's not religious, but it's just about this beautiful idea that the child chose to come down and be part of our family. So it might sound weird if you're, or not weird, but it might be strange to you if you're not familiar with Waldorf education, but Waldorf education does believe that we are not just an intellect to develop, but we're also a body and a spirit as well. And this story really speaks to the spirit of the child. So without further ado, here is the Rainbow Bridge birthday story. Oh, and I did get, mine's loosely based off of the book Beyond the Rainbow Bridge by Barbara J. Patterson and Pamela Bradley. They have several different versions of this, including if your child is adopted, or there's just different versions in there that you can kind of understand, you can read. But the big thing that they stress, and it is something I do, is that you want to tell this from the heart. So instead of sitting there and reading the book, it means so much more if you're looking at your child and really speaking to them from your heart. So once upon a time, there was a child living up amongst the clouds, and he was a heavenly child. And he lived there, and he worked among the stars and the moon, and he spent a lot of time working for the sun. And as he was up there playing one day, he was playing with all of his friends, the clouds parted, and below him, he saw this beautiful blue and green jewel. And he thought, oh, I'd really like to go there. But before he could look any further, the clouds came together and hid the beautiful jewel. He was particularly close with an angel, and he told that angel his story about what he saw. And the angel said, you can go there one day, but there are things that you have to do first. So the child, the heavenly child, went back to playing. And he went back to playing with his friends and working for the sun and the stars and the moon. And another day, while he was out playing with his friends, the clouds parted again. And this time, not only could he see the jewel below him, but he could see some amazing things on that beautiful earthly jewel. He saw beautiful trees and butterflies. He saw earthly children playing, and he was so excited. He saw mothers and fathers and people going to work, and he thought to himself, oh, I really want to go. And his angel said to him, you will, but not just yet. You have to go through the land of the dreams. Before he knew it, the heavenly child was sleeping and passing through the land of the dreams. As he was passing through the land of the dreams, he saw a mother and a father, and he saw this man and this woman, and he held them in his heart, and he said, oh, I want to be with you. And the mother said, I love you so much, so dearly already. And the father said, without even speaking, yes, come be part of our family. When the child awoke, his angel said, you are now ready. And he held the child's hand as they came down the rainbow bridge and over the spiral staircase, or down the spiral staircase and over the rainbow bridge. And before he knew it, he closed his eyes. When he woke up, here was a baby in the mother's arms. And the mother looked at the baby and said, oh, my dear child, you shall be named, and you fill in the child's name there. So then I just paused there, and we have our birthday ring with all of the candles on it. And so I have a lighter, and then we go through each of the years of how old they are, and we light a candle for each year. So we say, and then in that very first year, you grew and you learned to crawl and to roll. You started to babble, and then you turned 1 year old. So I light the one candle. And then over the next year, not only did you learn to walk, but you ran and you took off and you had so much fun, and your little laughter filled our house. And then you turned 2. So you light that one. After that, you became a big brother, and you welcomed your little sister, and you became the best big brother in the world. You loved to sit with your little sister, and you read her books, and you learned to play with her. And then you turned 3. And I light a candle for 3. And then after that, you were so interested in tractors. Anytime you saw a tractor, your heart and your soul lit up, your eyes lit up, and you were so excited. You learned so much in that year, and then you turned 4. And then after that, your mind started to expand, and you played so much, and you really got so interested in outer space and constellations and the stars. You would ask everybody, when were you born? So that this way you could know what constellation they were, and you would tell them all about it. And then you turned 5. And then this past year, you continued to grow. You started to really want to imitate writing words, and you really started to try to understand more about the ocean and about hammerhead sharks. And now you're turning 6. And then I'll light the 6th candle. So for that, I go through something momentous of each year, and then we light a candle. And then at the end, we all as a family sing happy birthday, and the child blows out their candles, and that is the birthday story. So like I said, it is, if you are not familiar with Waldorf education and you're not familiar with this fact that we are honoring a spirit in our child, and we're trying to grow and develop a spirit in our child, then it might sound a little strange to you to think about the spirit up in heaven coming down to earth. But, and the first year I told it, it was a little, it just sounded clunky to me. But over the years, I've really looked at my child, and my children, and I've looked at them as like these spirits that I'm trying to nurture. And I always say to them, oh, I love your little spirit. I love your little soul, because I know that there's so much more than their body and their minds. And they're so expansive. It's that real expansive quality of who they are. And so this year I'm really excited to really connect with their souls on that level. So like I said, if you're not familiar with Waldorf, it might be a little confusing, or you might not want to do it, but just try it. My children, they love this story, and they always request it for their birthdays. It's not something that they've ever said like, oh, you can skip that part. They like it. It's part of our ritual. And I think being as young as they are, they feel that connectedness to it as well. So with that being said, that is the Waldorf birthday story that I tell. And you can probably Google Waldorf birthday stories if it's something that you're interested in, or you want to make it your own. Feel free to do that. It's probably more important that you do make it your own, because it'll mean more to your child. But yeah, that's it. So if you're interested in more ways to incorporate Waldorf into birthday rituals, then you can check out my other video all about Waldorf birthdays. The other thing that you can do is, if you're interested in Waldorf education or bringing Waldorf into your home, I have plenty of videos. Almost my entire channel is all about that, and it's something I'm very passionate about, so feel free to check out my other videos as well. You can also find me on Instagram at Beautiful Light Home, and I also have a website, which is beautifullighthome.com, so feel free to check those out as well. And I'm so appreciative of you being here today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks, bye.